Want to take more listings? Then watch this video. Now I'm going to show you how in the next 30 days, you can have a record breakthrough month, taking more listings than you ever have in a 30-day period. And I'm going to break everything down for you from the A to the Z. All right, so let's begin as I walk you through a 4-step process. Here's what I want you to do on every single one of the 4 steps. I want you to think that you are going to double down and go all in a way that you've never done before. Because what we are embarking on right now is creating a result in the next 30 days that you've never created in any 30-day period inside of your real estate career. So in order for you to get that which you've never gotten, you got to do that which you've never done. All right, so the first thing that we are going to double down on is your mindset. And yes, I know exactly what you're thinking, Chadi. Another mindset conversation. Well, here's the thing. If you did not need another mindset conversation, you would already be doing the kind of production that you are wanting to do. And simply the fact that you are not demonstrates all the reasons in the world why we need to have that conversation. You see, the results that you create in real life are a reflection of your inner identity, who you are on the inside. See, at the end of the day, we have the business and we have the business owner, and the business owner is the one that drives the business. So the more of a champion mindset the business owner has, the more he or she is able to build a champion-like kind of business. So here's what I want you to do for the course of the next 30 days. I want you to every single morning begin your day by declaring that who you are is the absolute best agent in the marketplace. I want you to brainwash yourself early on in the morning that who you are is a top listing agent. I want you to tell yourself how many listings you are going to take that month. I want you to tell yourself what a wonderful, amazing person you are, how worthy you are. The more positive and the longer that conversation that you have with yourself each and every single morning to get yourself ready for the day, the more likely you are to, number one, take the actions that you're supposed to take, and number two, create the results that you are supposed to create. So in essence, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about your morning routine, you anchoring your morning to win the day. You can do affirmations, you can do journaling, you should be reading your vision, you should be reading something positive, you should be listening to something positive, you should be talking to someone positive each and every single day. So if that is something that you've already been doing, well, whatever you've been doing or the amount of time that you've been doing for each and every single day has not been enough for you to get to that level of breakthrough that you want to get to. So I'm saying double down, spend an extra 5 minutes, spend an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It doesn't matter how many more minutes and or hours you need to work on this every single day. If you absolutely want to have a record breakthrough month, then you got to have a record breakthrough morning each and every single day for the next 30 days. So let me know in the comments below exactly how many minutes a day you are going to work on your mind and exactly what it is that you are going to be doing. The next thing that we're going to double down on is your lead generation. Here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to whether you use Vulcan 7 or Red X, it doesn't matter which one you use. And I want you to figure out a way to compile a list of every single property that expired in your marketplace over the course of the next 90 days. Now, you could have 90, 100, 200, 300. It doesn't matter how many you have. And the next thing you're going to do after that is you're going to compile a list of every single for sale by owner in your marketplace. You're going to find out how many people you have, and you're going to take that number and you're going to divide it inside of 22 days. Because if you're working a 5-day work week, you're most likely going to be working 22 days over the course of the next 30-day period. So let's say between, old expireds and new for sale by owners and old for sale by owners, let's say there's 300 or 400. Let's say 400. You take the number 400 and you divide that by 22, we come up with the number 18. What we are going to do here is we're going to round that number up to 20 a day. That's exactly what I want you to do, is speak to about 20 people a day. Now, for the majority of you guys watching this video, that's more people that you're going to be talking to on a daily basis than you are used to. Now, for some of you guys that are already doing 20 contacts a day, and the 20 contacts has not gotten you to the level of production that you want to get to, just for the next 30 days, I want you to double down on that number and do 40 a day. And I know you're thinking to yourself, Chadi, it's going to take 4 or 5 hours a day for me to do this. And my response is like, who cares? You either want to reach the goal or you don't. And if you want to reach the goal, then you got to do what it takes. Now, are you going to be doing that kind of numbers in terms of speaking to people every single day for the remainder of your real estate career? The answer is no. Why? Because the more reps you put in, the more people that you speak to every single day, the better that you get. And the better that you get, the less people you need to talk to set an appointment. Now, I'm willing to bet that if you actually take on the task of speaking to 20 to 40 people every single day for the next 30 days, you're going to have a record breakthrough month. One more category I want you to double down on is every single person in your database who is a past client and or a very close center of influence. I want you to speak to every single one of those people in the next 30 days. No ands, no ifs, no buts. The third thing that you're going to double down on is the amount of time that you're spending every single day practicing your scripts and your dialogues. By the way, if you don't already have our scripts and dialogues, I want you to let me know in the comments below so I can steer you in the direction to where you could get your hands on them. So for sell by owner script, yes, double down on it every single day. Expire script, double down on it every single day. Your listing presentation script, double down on it every single day. What I would do is I would take 5 minutes and write out my, for sell by owner script. The next 5 minutes, I'd write out my expired script. The next 10 minutes, I'd write out my listing presentation script. So that is 20 minutes of writing out scripts. And I know like you're going to get blisters on your finger. Damn it, I got 10 fingers. You can give me 10 blisters for an extra 10 listings in the next 30 days. I'm willing to go through that. The question is, are you? Again, we're talking about you going all in and doing exactly what you need to do in order for you to level up and have a breakthrough month. And the final thing, I'm going to get a little bit more specific, going back to point number 1, and we're going to say this is point number 4. So I want you to follow this exact flow that I'm giving you right now. I want you to wake up earlier than you're used to waking up every single day. And I don't care if it's 1 minute earlier or 5 minutes earlier or 1 hour earlier or 2 hours earlier. You do what you need to do in that department. I just want you to interrupt your pattern, interrupt your way of being, interrupt your cycles, interrupt your habits, interrupt your structures, interrupt your systems, because whatever you currently have in place is not getting you to where you want to get to. So again, to get to where you want to get to, you got to begin to do things differently. So wake up a little bit earlier. And as soon as you wake up, go to work on your mind. Read, journal, read your vision, etc. Listen, podcast, YouTube, whatever you got to do, get this right. And then role play your scripts. No ands, no ifs, no buts. And what you want to do is you want to get on the phones no later than 8 a.m. Like literally 7:59 might be illegal in your marketplace to do 7:59. So 8 a.m. you got to be on the phone, and you're not scheduling anything. No showings, no inspections, no closings, nothing. You're turning off all distractions and you're banging on the phones from 8 a.m. until you reach your 20, 30, or 40 contacts for the day. The next thing that I want you to do is I want you to record your prospecting sessions during your downtime in the afternoon on the days that you don't have appointments. I want you to go back and I want you to listen back to your recordings. I want you to identify what's working, what's not working, and what you need to work on improving. So this is what you're going to do every single day for 22 days minimum in the next 30 days. Now, one bonus tip I will throw at you is on the days that you don't have any appointments in the afternoon, that would be a good time to do one of two things. And or if you were me and or if I were you, I would do both those things. And that would be number 1, spend another 30 minutes practicing my listing presentation and making more calls, regardless of how many people you've already talked to in the morning. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to, right below this video, let me know what hit home for you and what it is that you are going to commit to for the next 30 days. And if I were to add one more point, it would be like, who are you hanging out with every single day? If you're hanging out with people who are leveling it up and doing big things and speaking a bigger game and always talking about the next level, you're most likely will have that rub off on you, and you'll begin to have these conversations and taking these actions so you can create those kind of results. Now, for some of you, you probably don't have access to such people. If you would like to hang out with our top listing agent tribe inside of our community and you want to find out how you can do that, simply check out the link inside the description below, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.